Today I fucked up by turning my wallet into a money grab game for an Uzbek daycare. Yes, this did happen today. Right now. I can still hear the childish whoops of joy as I write. I am American, but I currently live and work in Uzbekistan. I live in a smaller regional city not Tashkent. Today I was walking from my apartment to the dumpster to clear out trash. I also needed to buy some water. Thus, I had a bag of garbage and my empty 10-liter water bottle in one hand, and what I call my money folder in the other. Due to the nature of Uzbek currency, you need to carry around a lot of paper bills to get anything done. As a result, everybody male and female alike carries zip-around wallets to compensate for this. Most of them have wrist straps so you can carry them individually, without an extra bag. Given that I was just going to the dumpster and the local to pick up some water, all I needed was my money folder looped around my wrist, which had money in it and my passport. Apparently, I waltzed out of my apartment complex with the money folder unzipped. When I got outside, I unconsciously dropped the money folder, thinking it would just dangle around my wrist. But it was unzipped. One of the apartments near me actually houses a daycare young kids. Maybe between 5 and 10, mostly. The kids are often outside, playing on nearby playgrounds and in the smaller parking lots. Living in ex-Soviet apartment blocks is very much like living in the projects in the US in terms of the layout. Only it's actually functional. The kids were outside, running around, playing tag, kicking a ball, etc. Some greet me, and I greet them back. Suddenly, the air exploded with childish shrieks, and I whirl around to see the air full of multicolored bills in a sudden gust. It's going in all directions. There's no way I'm going to be able to grab it all before it gets blown away. The kids notice this immediately, abandon the playground equipment and start chasing after it all with shrieks of joy. I notice one of the kids taking off toward the other side of the parking lot is holding a blue American passport. He must have picked it up off the ground. The kids go in all directions and start grabbing bills out of the air like it's a Kids Bop rap video. After they collect all of the money, they all run back up to me and give it all back, including the passport. Then they all run laughing back to the playground. I go on my way to throw out my garbage, and then go to the store to buy my water, and a shitload of candy. I bring the bag back to the playground, where there is more immediate shrieking and the kids pillage it like tiny Vikings. They share, though. The kids are still outside my window, now on a total sugar high. Too long did not read. I lost all of my money and my documents today because I forgot to close my wallet and was saved by a bunch of kids who probably thought I was playing a fun game and not being an absent-minded idiot. They all got tons of candy. Those kids sound like total sweethearts. The currency in Turkmenistan in the late 90s was crazy, more than Uzbekistan ever got. $1 was 16,000 and they had 50 and 100 bills in common use. My dad would have to take a large leather bag to the bazaar to get the groceries, stuffed to the brim. One time it got slashed by someone trying to get the money, but it was so full that nothing fell out. No foo here, in the best possible way. This is just lovely. A foo that is wholesome. Thank you. Like tiny Vikings. Bless you. This is one of the most wholesome today I fucked up stories I have read in years. You did not foo. You gave a group of children a memorable experience, and by proxy restored some of your own faith in humanity. Kudos. Today I fucked up. By confronting my neighbor about what her son did. Update. Welp, I feel like I made the situation worse. A word of advice, read the first part, here. If you want to know why this is an update post. Now this is definitely my fuck up. So yesterday in the afternoon, I decided, okay, yes, the teen's mom definitely went ballistic on me, but maybe I can still try to talk to her and explain that in no way, shape or form was I trying to corrupt her son. So I decided, let me bake some cookies, chocolate chip, and head on over and see if we can discuss things like civilized ladies. Well, no such luck. She's still livid with me and didn't even want to keep the cookies after I tried to tell her to at least keep them and think about what I told her and that it's just a funny situation to me and not something worth being angry over. Well, as I was leaving I ran into her husband, who was made aware of the situation but wanted to hear it from me, so I told him about what his son did, and that I'm not really upset about it, I just thought it was funny but something he should talk to him about. Like, why did he take my thong? And how if there's anything he wants to talk about he shouldn't feel embarrassed to tell his parents. The father definitely agreed and thanked me for telling him what happened and said he'll talk to his son. Now it was my turn to thank him for being more reasonable than his wife. So I offered him a cookie cause I can't let them go to waste, and he takes one. Before he can even take a bite, you probably guessed who interrupts: his wife. We were standing outside their house's front door and I assume she spied on us from the peephole. She goes ballistic, even more so than on Friday, and really starts shouting and screaming at me now, telling me that I'm now trying to seduce her husband. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with this lady? I once again tried to reason with her, saying I was just explaining the situation to him, but she wouldn't hear it, and it got worse when her husband tried to come to my aid, saying that nothing is happening, I'm not trying to seduce him, and I was just trying to be a good neighbor and explain that their son needs a talking to. But she just wouldn't listen to reason, and just kept on calling me a slut, bitch and whore. I'm writing this very early in the morning on Sunday, because I spent all of yesterday trying to forget about the situation and just feeling bad for trying to do a good thing but just made it worse. Too long did not read. Tried to bring peace between me and my thong thief's mother yesterday with cookies, but just made it worse when she thought I was trying to seduce her husband. That lady needs a therapist. WTF. Reads history. This isn't the same neighbor you flashed in your GW story? If it is, she might well have a point. Seeing as a lot of her stories are about actively trying to seduce married DILFs, and actively flashing them in her neighborhood, I think her neighbor has reason to act like that. The fact anyone even believes these nonsense stories is absolutely beyond me. Is our collective worldwide IQ that LOWWW? People will try and write anything these days to sell more OnlyFans subs. Only answer is to thank the husband for being reasonable and shout at the wife, "Keep your son from stealing my underwear, or next time I'll call the cops," and walk away. Today I fucked up by not letting someone into the gym. When I arrived at the gym yesterday, I was waiting outside and eating a snack. The gym rule is that you're not allowed to let anyone in. A guy said he forgot his membership card and asked me if I could let him in. I was wearing headphones, so I just waved and smiled and pretended to not hear him bobbing my head to music. He was eventually let in by some guy while I left to get something from my car. I went back in to finish my workout and then I left. Today I go to work out again and he's the only person in the gym. To my surprise, I somehow lost my membership card. Now I'm knocking to see if I can ask him to open the door. He came to the door, put his headphones on and just waved and smiled and turned back. I was embarrassed and turned around to leave. Suddenly he calls me and lets me in. I just feel like a bad person now. Too long did not read. I refused to let someone in because they forgot their membership. Then I lost mine and they let me in. I'd make friends with that guy. He sounds cool. Presumably, you didn't know he was a member previously. You had not seen him enter the gym with a membership card or at that gym before. He, however, saw you enter the gym, thus knew you had a membership card. I'd sat you are in the clear. You never know when some random guy is actually a human spider that will inject you with digestive fluids and then suck up your insides like a human smoothie. I'd say you are still in the clear. And it was okay for him to let you in that instance because he had already previously confirmed your status. It was also kosher for him to take the piss out of you with the headphone trick as a means of relieving tension. Plot twist. He stole your membership card. Last time someone was at my gym asking to be let in, having forgotten her membership fob. Someone let her in and she immediately stole my wallet and ran out. I tried chasing her, but her getaway driver ran me over with her car. Court case is processing, rolling on the floor laughing. As a security guard, you did absolutely nothing wrong. Sounds like you followed policy there. I think the only thing you were a dick about is not even talking to him. You heard him, could have at least spared some time to voice your opinion, stance about the matter. So I don't feel that you were just following policy or doing the right thing. You were also lazy. Today I fucked up by trolling the plant people. Obligatory. This took place 10-12 months ago. I posted this image of a well-established cactus on a Facebook group dedicated to house plants. The post reads, "Any idea how to kill this cactus and make it look like an accident? My girlfriend is going to be out of town for the weekend and I want it to be dead before she gets back." The original intention was for the post to be seen by my 32M girlfriend, 28F, who maintains an impressive collection of exotic houseplants and frequently participated in this group. The idea that anyone, or at least more than a few people, would take the post as anything more than a joke honestly did not really occur to me. Throughout the following several days I received hundreds of comments and numerous direct messages telling me that I was a monster, that killing this cactus was evil, etc. There were also several actual suggestions on how to do this posted. The next day my girlfriend, who had not seen the post, appeared confused, asked me several different women had reached out to her through DMs to warn her that I was a psychopath and tell her to leave me. These messages continued for 10 days. Also, the cactus is thriving. Too long did not read. I trolled a houseplant interest group on Facebook and received hate mail for more than a week. I wish you had taken pictures of yourself buying rat poison and photoshopped it dying. Then if they asked why, you could say, I'm the biggest thing in this house. LMAO. I love how the intended target didn't even see the post. Tears of joy. Wondering now if you'll show up in any of the red flag behavior groups. I'm in tears of joy. Tears of joy. I'm on different Facebook plant pages. The number of abused women that come home to plants they love being destroyed explains a lot. Their partners will kill their outside plants also just to make them more miserable. I understand OP did this as a joke, but there are horror stories out there. Yo, what is this group called? I am about to go in there and cause a scene. Okay, I'm curious. What were the suggestions? I know how I'd do it, but I wonder what other ideas you were given. So, A, are you a psychopath? And B, did she leave you?